Bischel on the left. He got the win. Augustine may have had some of the more impressive stops. We'll see what they have in store in Game 2 tonight.
It's always the toughest to win, Tony, especially when you win in night one. They did that Friday night. They're going to see a Michigan State team here that's maybe got a little bit of a burr under their saddle.
They are 6-1-0 on Saturdays this year. Michigan State lost their first game on a Saturday, which is usually Game 2 in these weekend series. Last weekend against Minnesota, they won Game 1 in dramatic fashion. Came from behind in the second game, or lost the second game.
High danger area.
Shouty's a guy, again, mentioned the big goal last year. He's now 8 games in a row without a goal as Moynihan fires a one-timer that goes just wide. He's not scored a point since December 28th to get Shouty going. The puck goes down below the goal line of Michigan State. The captain, Nash Nienhuis, being worked on by the Irish captain, Landon Slaggert. He dislodges the puck, and they go back to work. Cole Knuble, top-line centerman for Notre Dame. Carries it towards the corner, tried to feed it for Slaggert in the middle. Levshunov takes it away behind the net. Artyom Levshunov projected to go in the top 5 of next. Reed Lebster, the graduate transfer from UMass, where he played 113 games in 4 seasons, has it, and waits for reinforcements behind him. Gavin O'Connell had the puck go off his stick, and Ryan Seedham collects it and drives it in for Notre Dame.
Really like that play by Justin Janicki just 20 seconds ago. He had a couple of assists last night, and has it going here tonight.
Brennan Ali with a big hit. Dropped it off for Nelson. Now Ali's behind the net, going to work as Trevor Janicki hunts after a puck. Irish have a good pep in their step here early. Notre Dame's won 4 in a row. Starting to play the brand of hockey that probably anticipated coming into the season. They're averaging close to 5 goals a game over their last 4. They're right at 4.75, 19 goals in their last 4 games for Notre Dame.
Yeah, nothing on the power play last night, although they did have 2 opportunities. But yeah, Jeff Jackson, you see Dorwart there? He just had an opportunity, missed the net with the shot. You know, you can't have that happen. You got to try and hit the net, because it might not be your shot that you score on, but if there's a rebound, it's the second and third opportunities you're looking for.
And Dorwart's the talented sophomore. Did pick up an assist last night on the face-off that led to the goal, the only goal from Isaac Howard. He's someone that got off to a great start, had 15 points in his first 12 games. As this puck's given away, Moynihan has it for Notre Dame.
Russell with the turnover. Nice pickup there by Moynihan.
Now Slaggert can go to work. Sends it out for Master Domenico, looking to shoot for deflection. Ricochets to the corner, where Dorwart can retrieve it. Good feed to Levshunov, who has time and space to get it out of his end.
How hard it is to win both games over a weekend, because obviously, you know, you win the first game, you feel good about yourself. The other team, though, they've got 24 hours to kind of regroup, and they're upset. And you know, they've got something to prove. And Michigan State has come out here with, as I mentioned a little earlier, a little bit more pep in their step, I would say.
I was listening to the Adam Nightingale show earlier this week, hosted by Scott Moore, who's the radio voice of the Spartans. That was the first topic they talked about after their split last weekend against Minnesota. You know, a split, I think you can view it pretty positively, because as you just alluded to, and what you said Jeff Jackson mentioned, it is not easy to get sweeps in this conference. Certainly 6 whole points, 2 regulation wins, extremely difficult to come by.
Well, you know, team's going to make adjustments, and I don't think
Next with Paul Fisher. Fisher will stop up, backhand it for Bavaro. Down for Knuble, he's out there with Trevor Janicki as well. Bavaro, one-timer. Augustine makes the save. Fisher the rebound, tried to wrap it behind him, and Augustine recovers.
Augustine making the snow. Unfortunately, Fisher just couldn't get a hold of the puck.
Saw it last night. Augustine appears to have great instincts as a freshman goaltender. Seedham has it for Notre Dame. Still some time left, 4-on-4. That pass is given away to Nienhuis. He backhands it into
Killing, and he said he does a great job with those guys out there.
Seedham's got it. Across for Fisher. Back for Seedham, who scored the game-tying goal last night for Notre Dame. Grad transfer from Harvard, has 3 goals this season. He's got the puck again and finds Knuble. Across it goes for Moynihan. Has to retrieve a loose puck in the corner. Seedham shooting, looking for a deflection from Slaggert in front.
People looking at it on video, and if you stretch your leg and drag it back far enough, you stay onside, and I think that's exactly what Russell did.
Fortunately for the historical archive, the goal will count because that was something special for Dorwart. The sophomore has the opening goal for Michigan State. What an individual effort.
Well, we just talked about it. We touched about the speed through the neutral ice area, and that's what Dorwart used, the speed through the neutral ice area, gets himself into a position where he can get a shot, and he rifled it.
He had a goal against Notre Dame in the series in East Lansing earlier this year that Michigan State swept. And now the Spartans looking to hold on to this lead longer than they did last night. Had it for less than a half minute. They've done something against Michigan State. Well, you just showed a lot of the stuff he did that didn't add to his point total on the year. There's a broken stick on the face-off. The puck does end up in Notre Dame's end. It was a broken Michigan State twig.
I think it was right off the face-off. It was the centerman who snapped his twig on the draw.
I think it might have been Dorwart. Playing through it right now on a clean sheet. The Irish trail by 1. Michigan State got the opening goal last night. They've done the same tonight.
Find it, guys, find it! Move it!
Hear the referee tell him to play it.
They oblige. Nienhuis.
Yeah, and he gets chances. He's getting looks and playing with Danny Nelson. You know, Brendan Ali has been promoted from earlier this year.
Uh-oh, trouble as Dorwart fed one towards the middle. Russell got a shot on Bischel, and he had to bail the Irish out.
Yeah, that was an in-close look, and surprised the player didn't try to go a little higher with that shot. Maybe got jammed, but we're going to look at it here after the icing. And, you know, Howard gets that great feed.
As Carter Slaggert carries into the offensive end, finds Ali in a dangerous spot. His shot harmlessly ricochets to the corner. Shouty did get to the center line before lofting the puck into the corner. Levshunov. It's a quieter game too. Hasn't quite impacted the game the same way we saw last night as this puck is intercepted by Slaggert. Fed it for Knuble, ricocheted wide, and now O'Connell brings it into the Irish end for Michigan State. There is Levshunov, finds Nienhuis. Wow, pretty feed. Rebounds loose off the stick of Larson that time. Came out towards the line. Slaggert's got it. They can go 3-on-1. Moynihan streaking towards net. Slaggert finds him, and he can't get it on the frame. Then tried it from an angle. Slaggert's in front again. He goes. Jeremy Davidson spins around the net and backhands it in. Jeremy Davidson makes it 2-0 Michigan.
And yeah, that's a high skill goal.
So for the first time this weekend, Michigan State has a 2-goal lead. Sucks a little bit of the life out of this Compton Family Ice Arena. Michigan State has dominated play here in the second as Manisto and Slaggert get tied up. Carter Slaggert's still on the ice, slow to get to his feet.
Yeah, Bavaro came in to give Manisto a couple of extra shots. You know, we noticed Manisto last night in the third. Nice shot there. Redmond Savage, born in Scottsdale. Of course, his dad Brian played for the Phoenix Coyotes. Back then they were the Phoenix Coyotes, now the Arizona Coyotes.
It's amazing the way the game spreads as Lebster carries into the offensive end. Wow, was looking for Levshunov, who was streaking all the way in. The freshman defenseman was lurking on the back door, and they did not miss connecting by much, and then the net became dislodged.
I hope we get another look at that because we talked last night about his length. He's 6'2", but he's got a long stick. Watch him turn on the speed here. 5 on the far side. And that pass, yeah, just missed his stick. It was maybe 6 inches off the ice. Oh, if he tips that, it's probably a goal. And there you see Ryan Bischel getting run into by his own player. And that's why the net came off.
That was a great illustration. You pointed out the stride. Really impressive from Levshunov. Notre Dame continues to dominate the face-off circle, 22-11 right now, winning 67%. And they get another one relatively cleanly.
Ooh.
Almost give it away, though. Good work by Kelly to check behind the play, and then Bischel has to come out to
never seen.
Mueller sends it down for Red Savage. Number 21 holds the puck below the line. Out for Levshunov. Oh, whiffed on a one-timer. Landon Slaggert, the Irish captain, plays it for himself. Here he comes short-handed, and Mueller breaks it up.
Great back check by Mueller, and Landon Slaggert, one of the fastest guys in NCAA hockey. Mueller matched him stride for stride.
Good recovery by Mueller to track down Slaggert. 20 seconds left in the period. Larson again. Holds the puck, takes his time. Down it goes for Savage. Centering feed broken up by Bischel. Back for Mueller. Levshunov shoots and scores! The freshman makes it 3-0 in the final seconds of the second period.
And that's what great ones do, Tony. Remember he flubbed a shot earlier, and that was the one off to the races. See him pointing. Mueller wants him to cut him off, and Mueller does. But he doesn't go for the change. He stays out there. He still wants the puck. And does he flub this one? No. A high riser. Not a lot of room up there. But he finds the top right corner of the net. Scores the goal. You've mentioned it a number of times. He's probably going to go top 5 in this year's draft. And you want to reward him, so you move him up in the lineup.
Nelson off the face-off wins it to himself. Couldn't get towards net, but he managed to carry it out towards the line, but then his pass is intercepted, and now it's back through center. Shouty was looking for Levshunov, who, after maybe a quiet first period, really had his fingerprints all over the second. Mastro Domenico carries into the offensive end, shoots. Augustine leaves a rebound in a dangerous spot. Irish couldn't get to it quickly. Bavaro now fires one that deflects up out of play.
That's something we saw in that first period, too, with Augustine. What a pass by Cole Knuble. That was a tight area. Slaggert got it off right away. Looked like Augustine just got a piece of it.
These are big-time saves from Augustine, not giving the Irish any hope. You know, if they got one in the first 5 minutes here, it would change the complexion of this third period. Now they can really go for a potential knockout blow. 3-0, looking for the fourth. Levshunov for the slot. This shot by Davidson didn't get through. Good work by Bavaro to break it up, and it does come out to center.
Yeah, he stuck his foot out there, the inside of the foot. Not a lot of protection there, so he took one for the team. Nice pass from Levshunov.
If the Irish can kill this, they're going to have to be somewhat optimistic about the amount of opportunities they've generated here in the first 4+ minutes of the period.
Yeah, they've had some looks.
Any goals tonight? Michigan State's only held 2 opponents scoreless all year. And they've won with their scoring. They scored the 3rd most goals in the country coming into the weekend. Last night was a low-scoring affair, just 1-1 late in the third as Lebster takes away a loose puck and
full of the shoulder. But Augustine made the save anyway.
Here's Sedum. His shot deflects up and out of play. Wisconsin's going to have it at home, which is a huge advantage. They've still really technically got the inside track because the Badgers have 2 games in hand. Both Notre Dame and Michigan State will have a bye week between now and the end of the year.
Oh, there's a battle in front of the net. Ryan Bischel getting into it. I think Danny Nelson will get the penalty. Jackson earlier this year, he said it's so hard in college hockey, in any conference, to win back-to-back nights.
Yeah.
You know, the team that lost has a chance to redeem themselves. You know, the team that won maybe senses a little bit of relief and they take their foot off the gas. He said it's just so hard to put back-to-back wins together.
This will drop Notre Dame back to 500 in conference play with just 6 games left. There's a lot of importance. You want to get that top 4 seed at least, because that means you can host in the opening round. Now, of course, last year Notre Dame lost at home against this Spartan team. But the way the conference is set up, you can make a case, depending on where Notre Dame is, they actually might not want to get as high as 2 as Mueller's shot ricochets around, because whoever's 2 is going to play Ohio State. And that's probably the only team that if you play in the opening round and win, you might not benefit from as much. If you're a Big Ten team and you win that opening series, and you sweep, for instance, you're going to get a lot of potential points in the pairwise. So if an ideal world, you might really want to be third or fourth in the Big Ten if you can't get the 1 seed, which now is going to be pretty much impossible for Notre Dame with Michigan State getting to 40 points after tonight.
Yeah, that's a real good point.
So Justin Janicki going on a short-handed adventure, kills some time in the Spartan zone. It's a unique schedule this year for Notre Dame as well. They had 34 regular